my dear students, welcome back to the another session of social studies. Today we are on lesson number 9, temperate climate. In the previous class we learned about desert climate. Now in this lesson we are going to learn about temperate climate. Now what is the meaning of temperate? Temperate means where it is neither too hot nor too cold, which has a very moderate climate. So let's start the chapter. Find out the meaning of the word temperate. Would there be any difference in climate between those areas that lie closer to the torrid zone and those that away from the torrid zone? So where is the torrid zone? The torrid zone lies on the equator. Here is the equator. The torrid zone lies there. Then above this lies the temperate zone on the northern hemisphere. Then below on the southern hemisphere. So you have to first find out the meaning of temperate and also what is the difference between them. What will be the difference of climate in this area on the torrid zone as well as on the on the zones which are away from the torrid zone. In this chapter we are going to see temperate regions, flora, fauna and people of the temperate regions. The temperate zone lies to the north of the torrid zone in the northern hemisphere and to its south in the southern hemisphere. This zone is neither too hot nor too cold. We know that how the earth it rotates from the west to the east. So when the earth rotates from west to east, the sun rays the rays directly hits on the torrid zone. So the areas which are in the torrid zone, it gets the sunlight, the rays of the sun directly, and those regions are very hot. But slowly, when the rays are slowly moving on to the northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere, so the places which are on the northern hemisphere as well as on the southern hemisphere, what happens? They receive very light rays of the sun, and that's why here these areas has very moderate climate. It means the areas have neither too hot nor too cold climate. This zone is known as the temperate zone. We have two temperate zones on the north as well as on the south. And it lies on the Tropic of Cancer. The Tropic of Cancer, it comes on 23½ north as well as it lies on the 23½ south of latitude. So this temperate zones lies just below the torrid zone. Now distribution. In which parts and continents this temperate zones, temperate climate has been distributed. Temperate climate spreads across most of the continents in the world. In the northern hemisphere, it extends from the Tropic of Cancer to the Arctic Circle. In the southern hemisphere, it extends from the Tropic of Cancer to the Antarctic Circle. So, where is our Antarctic Circle? It is on the North Pole. And where is our Arctic Circle? It is on the South Pole. So we know that the temperate zone, it extends in most of the continents in the world. In the northern hemisphere, it extends from Tropic of Cancer to the Arctic Circle. Then in the southern parts, from Tropic of Cancer to the Antarctic Circle. The climate affects the vegetations of this belt in various ways. The most distinguishing feature of this belt is the temperate grassland. Now, how is the climate? Temperate zones has a moderate climate. The weather is neither too hot nor too cold. These zones experiences warm summers and cold winters. It records a large diurnal range of temperature. Depending upon the distance from the sea, temperate regions receive moderate to low rainfall. Temperate climates has several variations. Mediterranean, maritime, subtropical and continental climate are some types of climate found in these zones. It also ranges between severe to moderate in the north and southern hemisphere. Some areas of the temperate regions in the northern hemisphere experience a continental type of climate. This type of climate is characterized by cold winters and hot, humid summers. This type of climate prevails when the land is away from any water body. Grasslands are widespread in this area. In the southern hemisphere, the grasslands are spread along the coast. Proximity to the sea means that climate in this region is moderate. Hence, climate in the temperate region in the southern hemisphere remains pleasant for most parts of the year. So this is a climate. The next, flora. Which are the plants we find or grasslands we find in flora of in the temperate climate. Temperate regions are associated with grassland. Grasslands are known by different names across the world. They are known as prairies in North America, pampas in South America, steppes in Europe and Asia, and savanna and velds in southern Africa and downs in Australia. So these are the names of the grasslands. The vegetation in these grasslands consists of short grass, thorny bushes and shrubs. Grass in this region vary according to the length, season and variety. They grow tall in prairies and short in steppes. They grow thick in summer, become green in spring and dry out in autumn. Their growth slows in winter, especially in the northern hemisphere. It so happens because grassland in this hemisphere are spread across higher altitudes as compared with those in the southern hemisphere. Then, alfalfa is a nutrient-rich fodder grass that grows commonly in the prairies and pampas. Now, what is fodder? Fodder means food for cattle rearing. Besides grass, willow and poplar trees are interspread throughout the wet grasslands in southern Asia, Africa. Apart from grassland, temperate regions are also characterized by coniferous and temperate deciduous forests. These forests are evergreen and spread across the steppe in Russia and taiga belt in North Canada. Now, fauna, animal kingdom, which are the animals found in this temperate region. Temperate grasslands are home to a diverse variety of animals. So, these grasslands are the home for varieties of animals. The bison and grizzly bears are found in the grasslands of North America. It is accompanied by the mustang, coyote, prairie dog, rattlesnake, hawk, lark and bald eagle in the prairies. The jaguar and peccary are commonly found in the pampas. The ostrich, the largest living species of bird, is found in the scrublands of southern Africa. Kangaroo, koala, wallaby and echidna symbolizes the downs in Australia. People. Temperate belts are well populated. Its favorable climate and uninterrupted plains supports extensive farming. Large areas of pampas, prairies and steppes have been converted into fields. Wheat, maize, barley, rye and oats are largely grown in this region. This region is known as the granary of the world. Cultivation is accompanied by a vital pastoral industry. The fertile pastures in this grassland support a flourishing cattle and sheep rearing industry. In Argentina, this industry is an integral part of its culture. Cowboys are known as gauchos in Argentina. Estancia is the huge and splendid pastoral farm. Gauchos are responsible for the management of these farms. Unlike Argentina, tribal culture prevails in these temperate regions of Africa and Asia. Khoikhoi, San and Bantu tribe live in the grassland of southern Africa. Kyrgyz, Turk and Mongolian tribes inhabited the temperate regions of Central Asia. These tribes are nomadic and live mainly by livestock rearing. Next we have exercises. Temperate grassland is the most prominent feature of the temperate zone. Temperate zones have moderate climate and high diurnal range of temperature. In the northern hemisphere, the temperate zone experiences continental type of climate. Alfalfa is an important nutrient-rich fodder grass. Coniferous forests spread across the taiga belt in Canada. Match the following: Pampas, South America; Perry, North America; Veld, South Africa; Down, Australia; Steppe, Asia. Write T for true sentences and F for false sentences. Temperate climate spreads across most of the continents in the world. True. Temperate zone has extreme climate. False. Temperate grasslands are known as prairies in North America. True. Alfalfa is a weed that grows commonly in the prairies and pampas. False. Temperate grasslands support extensive farming. True. So this was the chapter about temperate climate. So we'll meet in the next session with the next chapter. Thank you.